Hello, everybody. It's Bill's That College Football Guy here with, yes, another preview and prediction video. Shout out to Francisco Guzman. Let me know in a couple of videos. We're talking the Aggies of UC Davis. Yes, and Francisco let me know that he finally put out their 2025 roster, so I could finally get this prediction video out, preview and prediction video out. Last year, should we get into this thing here? Should we get into this? Yeah, it was like last year they went 11-3, lost to South Dakota in the FCS Quarter Finals. They had a good year, and asked the question, can they get back to the playoffs? Well, we'll see here. First off, Tim Plow, how am I saying his name? His second season as head coach of UC Davis. Paul, back a head coach here. Not bad, 11-3 in your first year as a head coach. Paul Shelton begins his second season as offensive coordinator of UC Davis. UC Davis ranked 5th in total offense in FCS last season. But they had an all-world quarterback and an all-world running back. You know, I mean all-world, but the fact is, beasts, both of them, who are now gone, and you got to replace that. Defensively, yet Matt Coombs begins his sixth season as UC Davis's defensive coordinator. He's been there for 6 years. UC Davis ranked 62nd in total defense in FCS last year. We'll see if there's going to go here. Quarterback, like I said, I'm blanking on his names. I didn't write it down. He's right now, I think he's Baltimore Ravens, I think. I'm not sure where he's at. But 4 quarterbacks. There's some freshmen, obviously, on the roster. 4, freshmen on the roster. There's quite a few quarterbacks on the roster. But the ones I think had a chance of doing something, Grant Harper, the senior, David Roser. I wrote that down. David Roser, I hope I got that right. I might have written it down wrong. That's a junior. You've also got Wrightster and Pinnock, sophomore and redshirt freshman, respectively, who could be battling for third string. Nobody has at least 10 completions at the FCS level or at any level. So it's really going to be a struggle to see who's going to be the quarterback. So, and the running back is a little bit better. You've got there's quite a few young men who could get in the job for running back. Michael Ingracia, Kaya, ACIA, the junior, upperclassman, did not have at least 100 yards rushing, but we did have 2 here. Jordan Fisher, the junior, 37 carries, 156 yards, 1 touchdown, and Mateo Perez, the senior, 71 carries, 299 yards, no touchdowns. Why is it so low? Because their quarterback from last year practically played every snap. Running back probably was every running down. That's why they got so far in the playoffs. But you have to replace that. So those 2 key positions are up right now. We're going to see how that goes. Next up, talking the wide receiver room. Again, a lack of game experience. There's a lot of redshirt freshmen, sophomores, and freshmen on there, but have maybe 1 reception. Besides the true freshmen who don't have any. And you also upperclassmen. You got Zach Jones, the junior, Naveal Pickett, I believe his name is, the senior, and Fernando Morales, the senior. None of them have at least 10 catches 10 receptions at the FCS level, or actually at any level. No 10 receptions. Stacey Dobbins, a sophomore, though, had 15 receptions, 154 yards, no touchdowns. But they do have a number 1. The number 1 wide receiver, I believe, is back, or not top. Samuel Gabatu Jr. I apologize if I'm saying the name wrong. I apologize. The senior, 44 receptions, 779 yards, and 7 touchdowns. He's going to be, most likely, will be their number 1. So that's in here. Now, the tight end room is actually not that bad. I mean, there's a lot of tight ends on their roster, and I mean a lot. I think it was 9 or 10 tight ends on the roster, which is a lot of tight ends for a roster. Guys who didn't get at least 10 receptions, Chuck Connor Benicio, the junior, Franz Pullman, the junior, and Norberg. I didn't write down his Mason Norberg, the junior. None of them had at least 10 receptions. We have guys who did here, but nobody really stands out except one, who is going to be tight end number 1, I believe. Mitchell Dixon, the senior, 10 receptions, 87 yards, no touchdowns. You had Ian Simpson, the senior, 16 receptions, 185 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But I think tight end number 1, Winston Williams, the senior, 34 receptions, 265 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So he's most likely going to be tight end number 1, but you notice a lot of seniors. This is going to be an issue for the tight end room for UC Davis. Next year, this is going to be an issue. Best room on the offense, the offensive line. I think they're going to be the best out of all the quarterback room, running back, wide receiver, tight ends. Offensive line is the best room they got. They do have some game experience there. Very solid unit, so I have no problem with them. Defensively, you do have some playmakers, but all your playmakers are transfers. Nobody who's a carryover from last year's team had at least, on defense, I go by tackles, had at least 10 tackles. There's nobody. That's a carryover. We're talking Trent Carade, the junior, Joey Carrillo, the senior, Clayton Lyman, the senior. None of them had at least 10 tackles last season. Transfers, we got 3. Jacob Syke, love the name. The redshirt senior, the grad transfer from Harvard, 21 tackles, 5 sacks, and a forced fumble. You got Ike Ekegbu, the junior transfer from American River College, 24 tackles, 2.5 sacks. And Darrell Porter, the redshirt senior transfer from Dartmouth, had 33 tackles. So defensive line is a little bit of a concern, but at least you have somebody who did something there. So it's unlike some of these other rooms where there's nothing. But that's issue here. But linebacker room is deep. I said a lot of players, but very, very short on game experience. Who doesn't? I mean, I'm not counting, like I said, I don't really count redshirt sophomores, redshirt freshmen, unless they did something spectacular in stats. I've missed on a couple in the past, and I apologize for that. But roster-wise, not that much. So we're talking about McCray Madruga, the senior, Grant Garrettson, the senior, Nate Rachina, redshirt senior, Aaron Schlabowski, junior, Sam Goligoski, the junior, and Tristan McMurray, the senior. None of them had 10 tackles. You had also Charles Allen, the senior transfer from Arizona State, who's coming in. Hopefully he can do some contributing because he didn't have 10 tackles either. Only 2 in the entire linebacker room had 10 tackles or more. One, Nick Afato, the junior, had exactly 10 tackles and nothing else. The other, linebacker 1, and it's not even close. Porter Connors, the senior. 84 tackles, 1 sack, 3 INTs, and a pass deflection. Okay, we got a playmaker. We got a legit playmaker. All right, let's go from there. Now, but it's concerning, lack of playmakers. Now, secondary, best unit on the defense, and it's not even close. 10 tackles or more. Oh, let's see here. Counting transfers, we have 5. Using scratch paper from Citibank. Don't care. But anyway. Linebackers in here. We have, in fact, it's also very, very deep. I mean, we've got, James Stanley, the senior, William Fowler, the junior, Boston Stovall, the junior, Jacob Horn, the senior, none of them had at least 10 tackles. You also had 2 transfers, Teague Sloan, or Stone, I hear everything that's Stone, I wrote down. Redshirt sophomore transfer from Utah State, and Cole Botson, that's redshirt grad transfer from Boston College. None of them had 10 tackles last season either. But of the guys who did do something, only one was a holdover from last year's squad. And he is DB number 1. All right, your 4 transfers that came in, going something from worst to first, as it says here. We're talking about Trey Carr, the junior transfer from Fresno City College, 15 tackles, 2 picks, one of them a pick 6. Let's go next to Ty Richardson, the redshirt senior transfer from Tufts University, grad transfer, 28 tackles, 6 picks, 4 pass deflections. Okay, now we got something here. Let's talk about... Next up, we'll be next up here. Next one would be Josiah Allen, the grad transfer from UTEP. Nice to know hitting the brakes like that. Grad transfer from UTEP. 61 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 pick, and 5 pass deflections. Okay, now we got something going here. All right, now we have, from that, Where are you at? We have Kalani Riddick, the grad transfer from Southeastern Missouri State. 87 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 INT, and 5 pass deflections. Like, okay, we got some guys coming here who can do some stuff. But the holdover, DB number 1, Rex Connors, the senior. 115 tackles in safety. Half sack, 2 picks, one of them a pick 6, 6 pass deflections. So, defense, secondary, by far, ahead of everybody else. How well is that going to get done? Well, which unit do I have more confidence in? The defense. Because the offense, with the holes at quarterback, with the holes at running back, with the holes at not enough playmakers at wide receiver. The offensive line's a good unit. Can it buy enough time to build everybody else up with some game experience? Well, we're going to see. So it's time. We've done enough talking about the preview part. Let's get into the prediction part. Start off, UC Davis' schedule starts off with a Week 0 game, the FCS Kickoff Classic against Mercer. This actually is neutral site game. It's going to be in the Cranton Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama. Obviously, the season opener for both schools. This is the first ever meeting between Mercer and UC Davis. I was debating on this one because both of them FCS ranked are pretty much the same. They're pretty close in ranking to each other in FCS rankings. So I'm preseason, so I'm going like, okay, they're going to be pretty close. So I went through Mercer's roster. Now, I mentioned about the fact that there's 4, let me go back to my notes here. We had 4 quarterbacks who had, were upperclassmen who had playmaking, and as well as we have some who are also redshirt sophomores who weren't on that list, and true freshmen coming in. So they have like 6 quarterbacks. Mercer, 2 quarterbacks in the entire roster. And his claim to fame, their starting quarterback, the one who's been getting the job, has more interceptions than touchdowns. So with that being said, and it's neutral site, even though UC Davis has got a problem, I looked at Mercer's roster. Why y'all got them ranked that high beats the hell out of me unless everybody else is that bad. I'm taking UC Davis to win this game. Not by much. This may be an overtime. UC Mercer's going to win the game. UC Davis is going to beat Mercer. Then they go on the road at Utah Tech. This is Utah Tech's season opener, so they haven't played yet. So they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They've had the whole offseason to prepare for this game. Last meeting was last year. UC Davis won 32-14 in Davis, California. UC Davis is 2-0 all-time against them. Does Utah Tech have a secret weapon? Well, yeah, they do. Big Ten fans remember a guy by the name of Deacon Hill? Former Iowa quarterback. Actually put up some pretty good numbers for Iowa. Well, he's now at Utah Tech as their starting quarterback, most likely. There's actually him, and there's actually, I forgot the other gentleman's name. There's going to be a real serious quarterback battle at Utah Tech with some guys who can make some serious plays. Unlike what's happening at Davis, Utah Tech's had all season to prepare for this game. You're on the road too. You're losing to Utah Tech. Now, next game, on the road at Washington. I covered this. If you watched the Washington preview and prediction video, you already know this. You're losing to Washington. So you're 1-2 to start the season, and then you get a bye. Out of the bye, you're playing Southern Utah, who plays Northern Arizona at home the week before. So that means you've had a bye week and 2 weeks to prepare for this game at home, and they have been played last week. So you have that advantage. Last meeting was last year when UC Davis won 24-21 in Cedar City, where Southern Utah plays. Close game, Southern Utah's roster, but you got 2 weeks to prepare. I'm going to give you the win over Southern Utah. Then you play again against another Utah school. You're playing against Weber State in the start of Big Sky Conference play. Weber State plays Butler at home the week before. Last meeting was actually in 2023. UC Davis won 17-16 in Ogden. I'm going like dogfight game last year when you were good. So this is on there, but you're at home. But Weber State has the same problem that UC Davis has. It's very, very young. Younger than you are. A lot younger than you are. A lot of sophomores and redshirt sophomores are going to have to step up and play and start. For that being said, and you're at home, I'm giving you the victory over Weber State. Then you're on the road at Cal Poly. Cal Poly, oh boy, you played at Sacramento State the week before, so you all got beat up. Last meeting was last year when UC Davis won 56-10 in Davis. So you got beat up by Sacramento State the week 4. UC Davis has been beating you up, but those players aren't there anymore. And Cal Poly, I kind of went back and forth on this because I look at Cal Poly's roster and it could be slightly better. But you've had a bye week. You've had now 5 games, 6 weeks to keep going. The offense should be on track. The players should be ready to go. I'm going to give you the victory on the road at Cal Poly. And then you go at home against Northern Arizona, which is UC Davis's homecoming game. Northern Arizona plays FCS runner-up Montana State at home the week before, so y'all got beat up. Last meeting was in 2023 when Northern Arizona won 38-21 in Flagstaff. Revenge is on the mind. I'm going to give them the victory at home. It's homecoming against Northern Arizona. Now, because they had a week 0 game, FCS normally only gets 1 bye. Because they had a week 0 game, UC Davis gets their 2nd bye. And they're on the road at Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado plays at Sacramento State the week before. So they got beat up. And you've had 2 weeks to prepare for this. Last meeting was last year when UC Davis won 59-7 in Davis. But again, that was a different team. This game is going to be a little bit closer. But I think because of the end of the year and going up, I'm picking UC Davis to beat Northern Colorado on the road. Maybe a close game. I'm having to beat Northern Colorado on the road. Then you're at home against Idaho State. Idaho State plays Northern Arizona at home the week before. So you're a little bit on there. But this is Idaho State's homecoming game. So they're going to be geared up. Last meeting was in 2023. UC Davis won 21-14 at Pocatello, Idaho. In the entire history of Idaho State playing UC Davis, Idaho State has only won once in the entire history of the rivalry. And it won't be this week either. They're going to lose to UC Davis. And now the scheduling hellhole for UC Davis begins. On the road at FCS preseason top 10 ranked Idaho in Moscow. And Idaho has a bye week the week before, so they get 2 weeks to prepare for you. Oh boy. You played Idaho State. Now you got to play them, and they have had a week to prepare. Last meeting was last year. UC Davis won 28-26 in Davis. UC Davis is 5-0 all time against Idaho. Idaho has a young roster and certain players, but they've got key positions back. You're on the road, 2 weeks to prepare. Even though they're younger, I'm picking Idaho to beat you. Then you're on the road again at FCS runner-up Montana State. Oh boy. Montana State plays and beats up Weber State at home the week before. Last meeting was last year when Montana State won 30-28 in Davis. Montana State is loaded to try to go win is going back for another national championship run. You're not. Montana State is going to beat you up, and you're going to lose that game. In fact, Montana State is on a 7-game win streak against UC Davis. It'll be 8 after the end of this game. And finally, you end the season. It's the Causeway Classic. You're at home against Sacramento State. Sacramento State, though, plays Idaho at home the week before. So they have a tough game. And you played Montana State. You have a tougher game. Last meeting was last year when Davis won 42-38 at Sacramento. Like, wait, what? Yeah. Without all the other players coming in, you barely beat Sacramento last year. Now they got all these players, and they're at home. They want to end the season on a high note. Sorry, Davis. You're losing the Causeway Classic. You're losing at home to Sacramento State, which means you finish the season 7-5, 5-3 in the Big Sky. Does that mean you're going to make the FCS playoffs? I don't think so. And the fact is, that Cal Poly game, I think, could flip. You could be 6-6. This is a down year for Davis. And I just don't have that much confidence in Davis's schedule. Davis is right now on their roster because the defense makes some plays, but the offense is really lacking. And that hell run you got at the end of the year playing Idaho, Montana State, and Sacramento State to end the year does you absolutely no favors. You started off with the season light other than the game against Washington, and you had a great start, and then because of the scheduling, the wheels are going to fall off. So I've done enough flapping my lips here. You guys need to let me know what you think about this down in the comments. So again, thanks everybody for watching the video. If you haven't done it already, do me the favor. Smash that like button. Hit that thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. Helps the video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. Again, I'm going to recap the schedule again without all the add-ons. And let me know what you think, who you think is going to win these games. Let me know in the comments. Week 0, neutral site in Montgomery, Alabama against Mercer. At Utah Tech. At Washington. First bye week. Home against Southern Utah. Home against Weber State. At Cal Poly. Home against Northern Arizona. Second bye week. At Northern Colorado. Home against Idaho State. At Idaho. At Montana State. Home against Sacramento State. The Causeway Classic. You let me know who you think is going to win these games down in the comments. Share the video if you'd like to. And if you haven't done it already, check out some of the other videos that I've done. Like you've seen lately, I took a little bit of a break from the preview and prediction videos because I got a little bit burnt out on it. Because doing way too many. I tried to catch up in one big run and realized I was burning the candle at both ends. Time to dial it back a little bit, make things a little bit easier. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So, like I said, if you like it, hey, subscribe to the channel. On the way to 1K, trying to make some magic happen to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you want to follow me on X, the craziness that is that place, the link is in the description. So again, thanks everybody for watching. We have sunlight in here, don't we? And we do. It's on the screen. Nothing on the camera. Now we have more stuff coming on there, and also mixing in some videos other than previews and predictions, including one that's coming up tomorrow about a lawsuit, but it doesn't involve the Pac-12. That's a little teaser for tomorrow. So, again, thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody is having a great day. Be safe out there, and please be good to each other.